I swear, this is going to be the last time this week. Alright, let's talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Once again, back on the couch, not going to have footage, might have some news, let's just talk. Alright, let's start off with the elephant in the room. Should you go see it? Yes. Now, if you're a Spider-Man fan, okay. If you're a fan of Marvel, sure, go see it. If you're an average Joe, go see it. Just honestly, it's a good movie. It's good, but I have notes, like a couple of them. First of all, let me give you my credentials about Marvel. 3 or 4 years ago, I think 5 years ago, I binge watched everything Marvel had up to that point. I watched from Iron Man to, I believe, Ant-Man Quantumania, but then I stopped due to the fact that it was way too much. Like I watched every series, I watched this, I watched that. It just got too much. When She-Hulk, I got up to She-Hulk. Good thing I did not watch it. Good thing I wasn't able to, because I was like, oh, Daredevil's in this series. I guess I have to watch all of Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Defenders, The Punisher. Then I was just like, I'm done. I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, I just effectively quit Marvel at that point. Now, it's not like I haven't seen other Marvel movies since. I have a group of friends that are like, oh yeah, we're into superheroes. Let's casually watch this. And I'm like, I'll join the ranks of you guys. I'll join the ranks of the non-completionist society and watch whatever. So yeah, I've watched Fantastic Four, No Way Home, what other? Deadpool, Wolverine, and we're gonna watch Doomsday. So look out for that couch review in a couple months. Okay, so now let's talk about the film. The film is very good, but I think it could be adjusted. I think it's a little long. I think this film's about 2 hours and 30 minutes. So, and there's a point in the film, I can't go into spoilers. There will be a point in this review in which I will go into spoilers, because it just peeves me off so much. It's the only moment in the film where I get physically outraged. But let me talk about this first. The film's long. Now, it's not as long as it could be. I've been watching a lot of longer films recently. This is a cakewalk compared to some of those. But there's a point in the movie where Spider-Man has a conversation with a certain individual. And that point was when I thought, oh, it's wrapping up. We had the emotional climax. We've hit the point of maximum emotions. We've defeated the enemy. We're setting something up for the sequel with this new organization. We're setting things up, everything's in place. It could just end here and be good. But then I discovered that was like the end of Act 2. And Act 3 was over the horizon. And it was just like, oh, I chugged my water. Now I have to just hope I don't need to pee. Because, that's a whole different discussion, that movies that are like 2 hours and 30 minutes have an intermission. Now, I've seen older films. It's a Mad World and Seven Samurai. They have intermissions. They're like 5 minutes. Or make it 10 minutes at least. Make a 10-minute intermission in the middle of the film and be like, go to the bathroom. Go get more snacks. Do something. I'm like, okay, we just go in like the middle of the film, because the middle of the film, yes, sure, you can say middle of the film, blah, blah, blah. But you could put it in a segment where there's not maximum action, maximum heartbreak. Just put it at a moment in which it would be perfect. There are people that can do that. You can do that, okay? Because 2 hours and 30 minutes, you're eating. My strategy in the theater, I literally don't drink. I think that is a fundamental problem. If I literally have to deprive myself of water to be able to sit through a full film. And I know the culture of that has changed since COVID, because we're going back, because people would sit on their couches, they'd watch, they'll pause, they'll go to the bathroom, whatever, and they would just, eat, drink, whatever. Movie theaters, this is a communal thing. Can we not just pause a movie for a second to go to the bathroom? Because everyone got to do it. And what if someone needs water? Like, I don't know, someone's dumber than me. But I digress. Whole different issue for a whole different time. Let's continue talking about the film. All right. Another thing is The Punisher. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The Punisher's in this. I think if you watch the trailer, you know. Now, I never actually got to the Punisher series, but watching this movie makes me want to watch it. Just based on the actor who plays him and just like the whole demeanor of the character. I know they make him more comical in this film, but a dramatic version wouldn't be that bad. So maybe I'll start watching The Defenders. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll judge those. Maybe I'll make retrospectives of them in the future. I don't know, but it's a thought. I thought it would be like, I thought The Punisher was going to be like Doctor Strange in Ragnarok, but it's more so Doctor Strange from No Way Home. He might be a cameo, but it's a useful cameo. It's not just a scene and he's gone. Who I think it is Bruce Banner. He is a useless cameo. Though he does affect the story, it's kind of like Doctor Strange in Ragnarok. It's only like, wizard, where are my father? And he's like, your father's over there. Now restrain your brother, as I make portal with my gloves that never appear ever again in the series. And yeah, but no, the Punisher actually has, then the Banner, he has this inhibitor, and it's just like, I can do that for my plot thing. And it's just like, okay. And then he appears for one more scene in the movie, which now I will put the spoiler card. Skip ahead if you don't want this to be revealed. And then I'm going to start talking. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Jean Grey hypnotizes Banner and destroys his inhibitor. And then we get the first angry Hulk scene we get since like Infinity War. That was the last. Does anyone realize that that's the last moment that we had with angry Hulk? Was in 2018. It's been almost it's been the 8 years ever since that moment. We haven't had a cool Hulk moment in 8 years. We got Red Hulk, we got Smart Hulk, we got She-Hulk. No. We didn't get Angry Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. The first Marvel character to get a live action something. Or, I guess not the first, but the first successful one. The one that didn't, the one that got 5 seasons, 3 TV movies, and, made universe think, yeah, maybe investing in superheroes would be a good idea. Gave big budget movies, though they were bad, that's how much people loved the Hulk. And in this film, they do him dirty. He's in like 10 minutes worth of the film, and I'm just like, first of all, the CGI looks weird. He looks a bit wider than his other incarnations. Like, each time they bring back the Hulk, they make him a little different every time. I know they do that with every superhero, change up the costumes like a little bit, but for the Hulk, it just seems like they change him up a little bit too much. Where he's like a little bit bigger and he looks a little bit more like Mark Ruffalo. And then we get a scene. So Hulk drops out of this building. He hits the floor. Bruce Banner gets put in a mental psych ward. So he doesn't need it. Like, this just means that Hulk isn't going to be in Doomsday. Like, at all. They are effectively trying to bury the Hulk. Which, there is a reason for that. Universal. The company that I went to for their amusement parks? Yeah, they're gatekeeping that guy. They own the series. They made the series. They own him. They own the character. But they never want to do anything with him. Because after 2 flopped movies, why would you do anything with him? So, yeah, they're just effectively trying to get Hulk out of the MCU in general. And they can't rely on She-Hulk because no one loves She-Hulk because they ruined that. Red Hulk, yeah, we're going to get the 80-year-old back in the office, or 90. I don't know how old, what's his name, Harrison Ford is. But, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing to us? So, here's my thing. I'm making a declaration right now to Universal. I'm putting out of the spoiler card because I'm going to say this. Since you're gatekeeping this, having good Hulk movies, I propose you this. We're going to do a Sony Spider-Man right up in this. You know, where Sony made the worst movies of all time with Craven and stuff. You know what? I can make things good. You know what? How about we do this? Television series. Heck, hire me. I will literally give you a screenplay. I'll give you a pitch Bible. I will literally give you a bunch of things. Because you know what? I've seen every episode of the 1977 TV show. I've watched every single of those movies. I've watched every single Hulk movie. I've seen the animated series. That's how much I love the Hulk. I love that guy. I have not seen She-Hulk, but to be fair, no one likes that show. I've watched every good thing. I declare to you, I can make you a TV show. I can make you a great one. You know what? I'm a writer. I've created some good things. People love the things I write. You know what? And my dedication to making things very similar or to serialize them, heck, I can get you a series that is just as good as Daredevil. I can effing write that. I could probably write that. Sure, it'd be hard, and sure, I have almost no experience. I have experience. I don't have any on this channel specifically, but if you're interested in it, please like and subscribe and put down a comment saying, we want to see your experience. But that's beside the point. Hire me or do something with the Hulk. Either hire me to do something with him or you do it. I'm giving you a free idea. I'm shuffling ideas into your mouth, being like, you know, do something with him. You have unmarked treasure. You know how much people would want that thing back? People love the Hulk. People want the Hulk. I saw in the effing movie theater, people were, the guy next to me was like, over the Hulk. And, like, I thought he effing died, and that was going to be it. But good thing he's still alive. So, Universal, hit me up on my business email. I'll write you something. I'll give you ideas. And if it's a further legal thing in which Marvel is also gatekeeping, then I'm sorry, but I think it's mostly you. So, after that rant, man, that was a big rant. That was a huge rant. But anyway, the movie's good. I don't know how I like the fact that the main villain, I can't really say it without spoilers. I'll try to allude, but just in case, boom, this is a semi-spoiler. For those of you who did not watch the spoiler section earlier, this is another spoiler section. I don't know how I like it that the main villain in this movie isn't a Spider-Man villain, but yet not even a villain, but turn antagonistic because of the narrative they were trying to make. Now, sure, that could be a good idea, but I feel like you could have used another villain like Mr. Negative. That would have been an alright idea based on the film, but that's the only idea I can come up with. There might be more. Again, 1,000 spiders. Why couldn't you use the 1,000 spider guy? You know, have Flash eat a carcass of the spider and him turn into 1,000 spiders. That would have been an interesting idea, having to the mutation and mutant aspect. It's just, I don't know. You're trying to build up all this stuff for Doomsday, and at what cost? You're building things to Doomsday. You're trying to fish people back from the depths, and it's either going. Listen, there's two outcomes from Doomsday. It's either going to be really good or really bad. And if Doomsday fails, I don't think there can be any Marvel anymore. I would think they would have to hard reboot instead of the soft one they're planning. If it succeeds, then good for it. Maybe I will join back to the Marvel ranks. But seeing what has happened recently with the whole canceling every show idea, like, I didn't reject the shows. Some of them were good, but you were just kept bumping them out. So that's my opinion on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Mostly a rant on how they mistreat and use the Hulk. But I digress. That is my review. If you like it, go see it. If you like me, subscribe, leave a comment. And I have something to review. Well, two somethings. Well, I already revealed that I am an aspiring film person and writer. But there is another thing coming, and it will be revealed in the next video. So please join me in rescuing from Gilligan's Island. I don't know when it will come out. Hopefully before the 20th. But I'd be having to work hard. Whatever. But we'll see what happens. I've made a video in less amount of time. I remember Chargeman Ken took me 4 days to create, from me having to write the script in the same day I watched the television show, and this is that. So anyway, just join me for the next video, man. Join me for rescuing Gilligan's Island, and I'll see you next time.